A bombshell new article from Radar Online claims that Prince Harry is, quote, angry and frustrated at how his new life, living the promised American dream, has turned into a behind closed door nightmare.
Lady Colin Campbell doesn't mince words. She's a royal insider and she's known for her scathing commentary. Recently, she set her sights on Prince Harry, claiming he embodies the worst of his mother, Princess Diana. This isn't mere gossip. Campbell insists Harry inherited Diana's most troublesome traits. She's painted Diana as a figure of contradictions, prone to division. Now she sees those same patterns repeating in Harry. Campbell points to Harry's behaviour as proof. His very public break from the royal family, his tell-all memoir, his Netflix series, all evidence in her view of Diana's chaotic spirit living on. It's a harsh assessment, one that paints Harry as a man forever in the shadow of his mother's turmoil.
Locked in a Rapunzel-like tower with his wife, Meghan Markle. I'm going to get all the insight from Lady Colin Campbell, who has been reporting on this before anyone else, in just 1 second. But first, let me take you through these new details. So Radar Online reports that sources have revealed that 5 years since the Duchess of Sussex set in motion the plan that would see them quit the royal family, Harry feels like he was, quote, missold the idea. Radar Online's source says Meghan sold their move to America as a way for their family to be happy, free, and relatively normal. But that doesn't seem to be the case for them and their kids at all. It's almost as if they, as a family, are living like Rapunzel in her tower. Even the locals in Montecito are puzzled. Archie and Lily are rarely seen with Meghan or Harry at local events like trick-or-treating at Halloween, for example. Harry is angry and frustrated at how things have turned out. He feels like he's been missold a life, plus he and Meghan are also leading pretty much separate lives. It's like they are an estranged couple living under the same roof. The children, by the way, according to Radio Online, are believed to attend a local school and nursery, and some online commenters have cheekily dubbed Lilibet Invisibet because the princess, who was born in California, has been seen even less frequently in public than her older brother.
Campbell, never one to shy away from controversy, has thrown down a gauntlet. The question now is, will Harry rise to the challenge and forge his own path? Or is he, as Campbell suggests, destined to repeat the mistakes of the past? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, Lady Colin Campbell will be watching, waiting to pass judgment. And in the world of royal intrigue, her words carry weight.
But a source added the biggest shock for Harry is that he thought raising the kids away from the royal family would give them more freedom. In California, though, the opposite has happened. In fact, Archie and Lilibet's world seems even more cosseted than his own upbringing as an heir to the British crown. It also says that Harry thinks that his kids deserve similar normal experiences growing up as his mother, Princess Diana, provided him, but Meghan is reluctant. One more real bombshell source quote here. Harry feels as if they are living in a bubble. He's beginning to think he had more freedom as a kid growing up in a palace. Of course, while Harry, like Meghan, will always prioritise their kids' safety, he's worried Archie and Lilibet are missing out too. Wow. Lady Colin Campbell, of course, we have been reporting on the strains in the marriage before anyone in the mainstream media. However, fascinating details here from Radar Online, and I have to give Radar Online credit because they have been brave on this story where many of their contemporaries in America have not been.
Yes, well, it's interesting, but you notice, Dan, how wide a net they cast, and some of it is actually quite accurate. For instance, the fact that had those children been brought up in Britain and living within the royal fold, Windsor is very protected, and Windsor has a lot of acreage, a hell of a lot more than Montecito. Sandringham, Balmoral, even the palaces in London, they are rather large complexes, except of course for Clarence House, which is a relatively small house. But the king lives in Clarence House. But the rest of the palaces are pretty large complexes. And they would have been having a suite of rooms in one of the palaces. So they would have benefited from the freedom that being ring-fenced by the royal protection squad would have provided them with. And it is when Harry goes on about, on the one hand, about how free California is, it's not free. First of all, you have to drive everywhere. Secondly, you're in a gated community and you really don't have that much contact with your neighbors. And if you break it down, the children are very isolated and they would inevitably be isolated in a way that had they been within the royal fold here, they would not have been isolated. Because, for instance, in Kensington Palace, you know, it's a vast complex. I'm sure you know it's a vast complex, but the public might not know, where you have some pretty grand apartments, but you have lots of little cottages and smaller apartments. And it's a village. It's a true village. And it's a village that's shut off from everywhere else. So there is a freedom there. And of course, if they are at Sandringham or Balmoral, they're on thousands of acres of protected property.
Whispers have swirled around the births of Archie and Lilibet, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's children. Lady Colin Campbell, never one to let an opportunity for commentary pass, has jumped into the fray. She's among those publicly questioning whether Meghan actually gave birth to her children. Instead, Campbell has fueled speculation that the couple used surrogates, adding fuel to an already blazing fire of controversy. Campbell hasn't stopped at mere insinuation. She's gone further, demanding proof of birth from the couple. This public call for medical records strikes many as a step.
So quite how, on the one hand, Harry and could feel that the children would benefit from a freer upbringing in California than they'd have here. It's again, it's a sign of, I'm sorry, insanity.
And what leads to that insanity? The mind boggles. You've had lots of impeccable sources on this. Do you think Radar Online's description as an estranged couple living under the same roof is broadly accurate?
I think it's certainly accurate some of the time. I don't know that it's accurate all of the time, but I think it is accurate some of the time. Harry and Meghan's relationship it follows a classical mold for particular personality types. And it's occasional ecstasy and lots of agony. And Meghan is notorious for having given all her men a tremendously rocky ride and a very hard time. You know, she has no compunction about flying into their face over everything and nothing. And my understanding is that she's absolutely no different with Harry than she was with Trevor, who certainly deserved a medal. In fact, he deserved to be sainted. But she's done it with other men as well. And I would not be surprised if they play the public to a large extent, because they are trapped at this point with each other. And in a relationship like that, no matter how unhappy you are and no matter how much you yearn to depart, it's not that easy to extricate yourself, whether you are in the public eye or not in the public eye. And when you're in the public eye, it makes it even more difficult to extricate yourself. So, there's a facade that's everything is fine, everybody is happy, that's maintained. And you notice when Harry was speaking to Sorkin, he said that he didn't say what his ambition was going to be for 30 years hence, but he made sure he got in that he's a good husband and father.
Too far a violation of privacy, but Campbell remains undeterred. She's pointed to the couple's lack of transparency as justification for her stance, claiming the whole thing stinks to high heaven. Her words have ignited a firestorm of debate. Is this legitimate concern or a vicious rumor mill spinning out of control? The palace is under pressure to respond. The world waits to see if Harry and Meghan will address these allegations head-on. The surrogacy allegations surrounding Archie and Lilibet have ignited a constitutional crisis. At the heart of the matter lies a question that has plagued monarchies for centuries: who is a rightful heir? If, as Lady Colin Campbell suggests, surrogates were used, it throws the children's positions in the line of succession into turmoil. Suddenly, the future of the monarchy seems uncertain, the very foundation of royal lineage shaken. Adding fuel to the fire is Meghan's own estranged half-sister, Samantha Markle. Always a vocal critic of the Duchess, Samantha has seized on the controversy, arguing that the use of surrogates would disqualify Archie and Lilibet from royal succession. Her words, whether driven by genuine belief or opportunistic malice, resonate with a segment of the public already skeptical of Harry and Meghan's motives. The whispers of scandal threaten to overshadow the young lives of Archie and Lilibet. Caught in the crossfire of a deeply personal battle played out on a global stage, their fates hang precariously. The monarchy, once a symbol of stability and tradition, now grapples with uncertainty, its future intertwined with the outcome of this unfolding drama. The saga of Harry and Meghan has become a global obsession. Every rumor, every accusation, every public statement is dissected and debated ad nauseum. Lady Colin Campbell's pronouncements have only served to intensify this scrutiny. The couple, once darlings of the press, now find themselves on the receiving end of relentless criticism. Their every move is shadowed by doubt and suspicion. The strain on Harry and Meghan is palpable. Sources close to the couple report that Meghan is furious over the surrogacy claims and Campbell's inflammatory remarks. The relentless attacks, the constant questioning of their integrity, have taken their toll. Even for a couple accustomed to the spotlight, the pressure is immense. It remains to be seen whether Harry and Meghan can weather this storm. The public loves a royal scandal, but even the most ardent followers are tiring of the constant negativity. Will Lady Colin Campbell's words be the final straw? Or can Harry and Meghan find a way to reclaim their narrative and silence their critics? One thing is certain: the world is watching, and the stakes have never been higher.